Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. In the studio I have my ring pour cup, my favorite cream pitcher, a silicone cup. I'm not sure where that came from. I think they were a set though. And these are the smaller silicone cupcake molds. And I am going to be making some ring pours, and glasses would be really helpful. And there they are, yay! I'm going to use sky colors in one of these. And I'm going to go ahead and just start by grabbing colors that I like. And that is the Purple Flash. That's a color shift from Folk Art. And why I didn't get all of my colors out, I'm not sure. But that doesn't matter because they're right here and we can just keep moving on. I think I'm going to just make myself a nice purple cloud. And I think I'm going to prime my 16 by 20 inch canvas that is coming right up with some Prussian blue for the sky, which would be pretty cool. I want some yellow and some orange in my sky, and maybe some pink too. That would have been nice if that had been open. But it's not that hard to open it. Oh, that's kind of lumpy. Actually, it's just full of bubbles. I'll use a torch and get rid of those. I'm going to go ahead and keep going. I'm going to use some of my neon purple multi-surface acrylic from Folk Art. I'm going to make some land colors, but I'm not sure. I haven't really actually mentally pictured what my land colors would be yet. I could wait. Oh, I used blue. Okay, well, I'll put in some blue in my sky anyway, so it doesn't matter. What's good next to blue? I have just a little bit of this pink left. Just enough to put in there. I keep thinking I could put that orangey, that coppery color in the sky, but I don't really want to mix it in with anything else right now. I am going to grab my lighter color orange, the one I refer to as Velveeta. And I don't use enough yellow, and oops. And I kind of forgot that I was going to put some white in there, and it doesn't matter. I want this to be a really big cloud bank, and I mixed up a cupcake container yesterday and it was not enough paint, so I wound up not having what I needed. I'm also going to ribbon pour this so I overlap it and make patterns. Oh, I love that color. I really, really, really love that color. So let's finish up the way I started with some of that Purple Flash. I'm not worried about anything else right now, except for what colors I want in my sky. I'm going to fix those later. So let's grab my canvas, move my wet paint, which had some Floetrol in it. I am going to start this time, instead of pouring a batch of paint, I'm going to pour from my large bottle, grab an OXO omelet turning spatula, and hopefully I will be adding some of this blue paint right into the white paint. I kind of think maybe I should think this over for a second and still use my silicone container. And ribbon dribble across and then spatula swipe it into place. This is one of the best paint spreading tools I've ever seen. And a lot of people have decided that I'm right about that. I discovered this more than a couple of years ago, pretty much 3 years ago now, at this point, in a local farm stand kitchen supply place. It was elaborate. It's gone now. Too bad too. It's pretty nice. Alright, I've still got one space left here. You know what? I'm going to grab my Anita's white metallic, as long as I can find it, which at this point could also be, I want a cleaner one of those, could also be Sergeant's Pearl. There's stuff in everything. There's always stuff in everything. Not only that, I'm just going to use that as a base, and because I can, the name of my first book, I'm going to put some of that Purple Flash in there too. I'm going to use a skewer And if I need more white, I'll put it in there. I'm not going to do that. I'm not looking for any specific configuration. I just want to make it interesting. And I really wouldn't mind ribbon pouring all over everything. It seems to be something in the way every time I turn around. And the less, it's a less is more moment. Less spatulaing. Is that a word? I don't know. I might just like the sky the way it is. So I really want that Prussian blue in here still. And I really like the striations I've got from having made that cup. And if I don't stop soon, I won't be able to keep what I love. I'm going to run my spatula along the edge and deposit that paint. I don't even mind that horizon line down there. Matter of fact, kind of inclined to go ahead and take whatever I can get out of that cupcake container. Just do the same thing right down there. I know somebody agrees with me that I shouldn't do anything else to this. I'm going to put a really small landmass at the bottom, and if all goes as planned, which is not necessarily the way things go, I will use what I'm making now as a foreground, as a background for something that is really close. Like the other day I used my Instagram account to post a picture of one of my paintings with a landscape on it, and it had, my husband brought me a beautiful butterfly, and I just rested it right on the landscape. Now what I want at the top here, to find out what the Prussian blue does, move all these bottles away, when I have white. I've been thinking about this since I did that other painting yesterday. And I am just going to keep pulling down for a little ways. I'm going to try and use my leftover paint, but I also want to cover my edges. For some reason, I'm having a little issue keeping my canvas on my turntable lately, on my tile rather. So the reason I'm covering this top edge now is because the paint will match. And I don't mind pulling some of that other color from beneath right up into it either. The Prussian blue is so dark that you can do a lot, you can add a lot to it before it becomes a lot less dark, shall we say. Alright, so it's time. That's nice. Doesn't matter what I do down here. Matter of fact, the lower I go, the better off I am, because that way I will make sure I don't have any canvas showing. Not that I really worry that much about it, because I can always stick my finger in a gap. This one little mark in that sky is making me... That looks like a nice cloud. I might have to do something a little different. Like, instead of a ring pour, I think I'm just going to stir those up. Yeah. I think I'm going to go smaller than I was expecting. And just see how that works. Make some humongous cool clouds. Well, let's see how far I can spread them. Fantasy cloudscape. Looks like I'll be doing another painting after this with that ring pour cup. And I like the orange okay, but I kind of think I would like to have a lot lighter color in there than I've got. I'm sorry if I'm in the shadows. I have one window to my right, your left, that's sunlight. I'm going to use a straw. So when I was doing these, I kind of discovered that I like to put spirals in. Somebody's going, discover that just now, right? Okay, well. So this is just covering a new area with some more colorful texture. And it's the same patience level that you need to be able to do a ring pour. Or you can be impatient like me and stick your skewer in and play with some paint. And I'm trying to think, I've got spatulas. Actually, I want the round front. The round front is a number 5. I like that. It's not my first. My favorite is the number 1, which is the initial rectangle. I don't want to go too far because purple and yellow are going to make a brown I don't really want. I have a rather large lump of something in there, but in as much as it's leading paint right now, I'm not going to complain until I can grab it. It's a huge, huge something. So I like that funky colored cloud. And my intention for these was to just go ahead and stick my skewer in and do a few spirals based right out of the lump of cloud colors, the puddle. Because clouds always look like things, don't they? Well, pretty much. And when I was done with my scape yesterday, I went back in and added all kinds of spirals, and I thought I might overdo it, but the truth is I really liked what I got. And I can take any of the colors from anywhere else that I'm going through and just move them right up into my cloud, because it does not matter if I share a few colors here and there. So I kind of want to do this and see what that looks like. Yeah, cool. I like that. So just take your color, take your painty end of your skewer that I know you saved. You don't throw your skewers away. I never throw my skewers away. Alright, so I'm getting close. You just twist that skewer right around in place. Just put a dollop of those fun and funky colors down and twist, and you'll get, here, perfect example. Well, hopefully. We'll see. Yes, I can just paint with the colors I see right in my cup, and that's neat. Just dipping into my cup, pulling out the next spiral, sort of picking and choosing my colors. I wouldn't worry about it if you don't have the confidence to pick and choose them, just stick it in there and go anyway. Because if they were good colors to begin with, they'll still be good colors. Alright, I've had almost as much fun as I can stand. That's not true. I think I could use the small end of this skewer, which is also somewhat painty. Go figure. And do much smaller clouds on the horizon line. I'm definitely going to have to do another piece. And I'll just do a big cloud. So what was I contemplating? I think I'm contemplating just giving myself permission to put colors down. Right in place. Anything that will come out. That's not it. Whoa. Okay. I did not shake that enough. That's okay. It'll work itself out. I have confidence. So we're going to have some rolling green hills, it looks like. And that's my timer telling me I should tell you guys I do sell my artwork. Come on. There we go. And you can find my email address should you happen to be interested in that. Got some funky clouds where my fingerprints are. Never mind. I want a little purple, and the purple's not coming out. There we go. I got another color purple. That'll work. And I still want to use some copper. And I should tell you guys, thank you guys very much for all the shares and watching longer. And the thumbs up. And I'm going to grab an edge catcher. I'm going to let all that go down. Unusually so. I'm going to let it go back too. I've got some bubbles, but I can get rid of those. I don't mind the strange configuration of Floetrol type marks. I'm going to let all that paint roll right down. Squeeze it back up. Send it back into the painting again. Any paint that I happen to have on my edge catcher will be used on the other end, I think, in a minute. Just going to dump it right off. I say that. Give myself a little mountain in the distance. I think what I'm going to do is grab one of my OXO omelet turning spatulas that I might have told you about. Take the extra paint. Let some of it go down. Do what I did yesterday and spread it. Alright, so I'm going to be out of time in a moment, and what I should tell you is that underneath the video there's a link tree with Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, Facebook groups, and all manner of links to wherever you might want to go that I haven't included that you might be interested in. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of focused on what I'm doing, so please forgive me for being distracted. Check on the end screens for the exhibition video that will show you what the monthly prizes are for the people who are contributing to help keep the studio rolling. I'm going to stick my finger in there because I can. Because it makes a whole different texture, and I like that about things. I like them to be different. Oh, I got more paint dripping down other places. So this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the gallery room saying, I will see you anon. I love you all. There's almost 89,000 of you. I should show that to you completely like it is. Oh, right on the floor? No. It landed the right side up. This may change in a second, a little bit. But I will see you guys anon. Bye for now. Priscilla out.